There we go. Now my mic's live. Hey, happy Friday, everyone. How's it going?
We did it.
Welcome back to the Joffice Live. I'm Tim Friedlieb, your host, and with me, as usual, is Jason Horonsky, president of the company. How's it going, Jason?
I'm doing good. On a work trip, so instead of having a boring background of hotel curtains, you have this awesome Templar.
That seems to be, it's like eating into your face a little bit.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I'm losing part. I'm losing part of my face.
It's cool.
And hair.
It's just thinning. It's excellent.
Yeah, I don't have as big of a head with this background. So Tim, I know we skipped last week, right?
We did. We've been very busy.
I wanted to explain that a little bit to everybody. We have, obviously, there are going to be some weeks where there's a little bit of a lull in information when things are in limbo, or things are just waiting to be produced, or there's a wait on information that we're allowed to pass. Then there's just not a whole lot to talk about. Right now we have My Hero just sitting there in production. We have fulfillment being nearly complete for Street Fighter, and right now I think we're fulfilling website orders for Street Fighter the Miniatures game. Mega Man and Mortal Kombat are in manufacturing talks to get final pricing so we can launch those Kickstarters, and we are still figuring out which one's going to come first. So there's a lot of limbo at the moment, but we did come up with a few things that we can talk about right now, starting with the My Hero Academia card game. So we'll kick that off. Tim, what do we have for him?
Yeah, so let's see. Things have been progressing really well. Things are going. We actually got, now this is not on the full release or anything, but we did get some samples in of the new demo decks that we're going to be producing. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how much you guys are going to, but I can at least, we got, I am at the Joffice, so I don't think I need my background. I was trying to go for solidarity. I'm going to turn it off so I can kind of show off some stuff.
You wanted to match the disappearing act that I can do over here.
Yeah, I did. Let's see. I'm just going to turn off my background, guys. Give me 1 second. And there we go. Now I'm back in the office. All right. So, yeah, look. It's the rival decks, and then here's the Bakugo one. There we go.
And these are demo decks, not rival decks.
Yep.
In the actual rival deck, those are foil characters, and there's other cards and stuff.
Yep. These are just the demos.
On that topic, this is going to be the first rival deck release that we've ever had with a actual how to play rulebook in it. It's not like a full. But this is really cool. So I'm really excited about it because graphically, I'm more of a visual learner myself. And I had to learn the original rules to UFS way back in the day from that giant black and white legal document that we had modified about 50 since then.
You mean this thing?
Like that, but the original one was even more convoluted and confusing. We had edited that thing probably dozens of times by the time it got to the most recent legal document. And now we finally have a rule book, or we're calling it a how to play because it doesn't cover like tournament rules, but it's a how to play that's going to come in the 2-player rival decks on launch of My Hero Academia. And Tim, I'm not mistaken, you actually have that with you, right?
Yeah, we have some. We can show a little bit of it off. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but we can definitely show a little bit of it off. I will say, this, for what it is, it's pretty good job of teaching people how to play. But yeah, this how to play booklet that's going to be included in the rival decks, like Jason said, it's not the rule book because it doesn't go over every little detail. It is just, hey, here you've got these decks, here's how to play the game, and you can go and get the full rules after you've played a bit. So let's...
Yeah. And accompanying that, we also have there's QR codes printed all over this stuff that's going to link to our new how to play video that's coming out. That will be out here fairly soon as well, and it kind of goes along with the same timing as this rule book. So when you go through these series of how to play videos to learn the game, you can follow along in the how to play book and really get a good grasp of it that way. And then hopefully in the comment sections of YouTube or on our website and FAQ and all that stuff, you can figure out the rest of the things that were missing that you may have missed in these books. So I think Tim's about to show you guys the cover image of our book.
Apparently I'm having... Can you guys... Is the sound back to normal and whatnot, guys? Are we having trouble with our sound?
Can you guys not hear me?
Looks like...
Let me try. I'm going to mute myself and then unmute myself. Let's see if that works.
Okay, it sounds like we're fine.
Okay. I'm back on audio, so...
Okay, so without further ado, we are going to show off the cover of the How to Play booklet that will be included in the Rival Decks.
Here we go.
And...
I would do a drum.
Boom. Oh, wait. That's bad timing.
It takes a second for these screen transitions, unfortunately.
Yeah. There we go.
There.
Yeah, look at that. It looks pretty cool.
So how many pages is this thing, Tim?
It is, I think, including both covers, 24 pages.
So we have a 24-page how to play with lots of pictorial examples. So so our more visual learners are going to be able to go through this. If you were already good at reading just text, obviously there's still text. The rule books are still going to be online, and it will be accompanied by the video. So audio, video, pages, bookmarks, whatever you need to do. We want to make it really easy to jump into the game this time around. Obviously, this is a huge launch. I hear that our numbers are passing a lot of the numbers of our big competitors for the launch of this already in pre-orders. So really exciting stuff. I can't wait to get a huge group of new players to join into Universes and experience the awesome mechanics that this game has, and hopefully carry that over into future licenses so they can see, the real meat and potatoes of Universes as it goes through. Tim, you actually have that book in front of you, right? So
I do. It's actually, this is a sample printout. This is not the final one. I think this is a couple revisions ago. But yeah, I can really quickly show you guys some glances of what it looks like. And here you can see...
I know there are some cards in there that we haven't previewed.
You can see we show how to make a check here. Or no, that's actually showing how to review. Sorry. Here's making a check. Boom. Making a check. There we go. But
I
yeah,
like the whole swirly discard arrow to show you that it's going from one place to another. It's all really thematic to the look of My Hero Academia. Obviously, it had to be. But
talk about blocking
as fans,
here.
We're excited to make it appear exactly canon with everything else, working along with Shueisha, Toho, and Funimation US and Japan on all of these projects, has been getting it to the point where everything is super, super official. And we're really excited about that. So the fans shouldn't be disappointed by anything we have here. It's going to be right in line with everything from the anime.
The thing I'm really excited about, Jason, about this booklet is the back cover, which is a quick reference so that once you've read through the rules, if you need to know something real quick, you can just check the back and it'll be like, oh, there. And we have page numbers too. So it's very cool. I worked a long time on this. But this booklet, we're all here at Jasco very proud of this.
And another thing we've done in this set that we haven't done in the past extensively is a lot of flavor reminder text. So anything that's coming in on a common card and even some uncommon cards that have keyword abilities or things that don't show up all the time in the game are going to have reminder text at the bottom. And then that text is removed on the extra rare version of those cards. So if you get a foil version of it, there is no reminder text clogging up your card if you like that pristine, no reminder text look. And that even goes for the two-player rival deck cards. So every card that comes in the two-player rival deck, that version of the card is exclusive to that deck. However, an alternate version, an extra rare version, will be available in the booster packs if you pull those as an extra rare without flavor, or I keep calling it flavor text, reminder text.
Yep.
So that you can also get those cards all pretty without anything interrupting your normal gameplay if you're a classic Universes or UFS player and you don't need any reminders because you already know what everything does. Some of the big ones that come up all the time, like Deadlock, that's still relatively new. Breaker, and Throw. Throw is obviously like that one's had probably the most reminder text in Universes and UFS history. Obviously, Throw is still going to be reminder text, and then we also tell people what stuff is, powerful, EX, all that stuff. So anytime something shows up, even some just generic abilities that aren't keyword abilities that need a little bit more explaining, those are described sometimes on cards.
But don't worry, we're not going to have the entire text box filled up if you've got like a bunch of different keyword abilities. It's just kind of the most relevant one that we thought for a particular card. I do see a comment I wanted to touch on, Jason, in the chat, and that was asking about a keyword glossary. That's not going to be in the how to play booklet because there's not a huge need to know all of the different keywords in there. But like we said, there's actually this one doesn't have it. But it will be, I believe, on the back page. We'll have it like right here, and then on the inside front cover, there'll be QR codes to the rules page of the website, and that is going to have new documents. That will have a keyword glossary document. It will have rules reference document, formatted a little bit more approachable than the LGR is. So it's there we go. So
yeah, and it also is going to link to links to the videos. So the how to play video. So if you're really just getting into the game and it's brand new, I would highly recommend the how to play book and the videos because it's not going to go over information you don't need to learn how to play the game out the gate with those decks. And like we said, the keyword abilities are currently on the cards. So when it comes up and it's relevant and you're learning the game, you'll have that reminder text on the card. In terms of the full glossary, because the two rival decks don't have a whole bunch of keywords, it wasn't going to help you learn the game from those decks. However, like Tim said, the QR code is reminding you throughout the book and on the back of the box and everywhere else to go to that new website that's going to be up here in a couple of weeks and check out the rules page, which will go over the total rules, the tournament rules, the videos, and all that stuff, the keyword glossary as well.
Yep. The rules booklet will be out before release. We actually have some videos that we're currently working on, and once those air, every time that a new video comes up, we'll release a new page of the booklet so people can learn along with both the booklet and the videos.
I'm having a hard time following this chat here.
Oh man.
So
Clint Badger is reminding us of a very old card that does not need to be reminded of.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that is the rules booklet, and man, I'm still so excited for this thing. I think buying a game and having a rule book in it, even though this isn't the full rule book, but a booklet on, hey, here's how to play the game. There's just something about it that, like, while this thing is very good, there's something about having a book on how to play the game that I think that speaks to the soul of every person that plays games.
I like that it's in color. I like that it's multiple pages. It has visual examples. A lot of stuff that when you're reading just like text and text and text and text, that sheet gets a little daunting, even if you can follow rules super well. Like I've read lots of rule books in my day, and I've written some rule books in my day, and it does get daunting to just remember everything is a mental image as you go through text. So having a book in color with the visual representation of how the cards play out in each of these phases, and then having reminders of like the different win conditions and not forgetting to review and that kind of thing. Like it goes over pretty much anything you need to know to really get a good match in, and then after that it's about mastery. So we want to teach you the game, and then it's time to master it on your own.
I mean, like that.
Like that. Win conditions.
Yeah, less than 0. That's a spoiler. I don't use that
Did you just
word,
fold
but
the
I
page
just
over?
no, I because it's not stapled. I just pulled the cover down a little bit
Oh, gotcha,
because they're not
gotcha. Yeah,
stapled.
so I've mentioned this at the beginning of the show. We can't show you guys a lot of the stuff until we have like full permission from all sides to, and as part of the proper marketing release. That book's been sitting in the office for I don't know how many
Oh man.
months. But and so we have an old version that's sitting there, but I knew that graphically it's pretty much the same. And so you guys can see what we've had there. It's had lots of edits and revisions, and it's at the printer and printing and all that stuff now. But but that's our who knows when prototype of the official print colors and stuff like that.
Yep. I will say, also writing a rule book or writing a document trying to teach someone how to play a game, even if you're good at demoing, is not easy because it has to be accessible for everyone.
You have to forget how to play the game.
Yeah, you really do.
Like you have to go like, well, they should know this. It's like, well, no, they actually shouldn't. It's like this is the most simple idea ever, but it's like I guess we still need to explain it. That was the majority of mine and Tim's talks. Actually, it's like, do they really need to know this? I'm like, can't they figure this out? It's like they probably can't. We just went with they probably can't. If they never played a game before, you don't want to risk it and just say, assume that they know how to do whatever it is with the card game. So it should be really intuitive. Should be really easy to follow along. I would say it's probably the easiest way to learn the game since the game's existence. So I'm excited to see how that grabs and captures new players and their entry point into universes. Because I can say I think the hardest part of this game and the growth of the game in the past has been the entry point. And so that's been one of our biggest focuses, editing these kind of rule sheets, the videos, and really explaining how to play the game. The new website for this card game is going to be awesome because it actually goes into detail by character, everything you need to do. Like there's bio pages and everything, and it shows their card builds and all that kind of stuff. You'll see that later. That's kind of a bit of a
It'll be I think it's going to be, I mean, not like simple as in like just a single image on a page or anything, but I know it will be growing as we expand the game, and it already looks so good. So
yeah, the new website is. I mean, that's one of the things behind the scenes that we can't show you yet, but months and months of work have gone into this new website for the My Hero trading card game, and specifically for that version of universes where it's just My Hero. It breaks in. It's hundreds of pages already on the website, and it goes into every single character and strategies and their history and their quirk and then sets and then how to build a deck and like articles, all kinds of stuff. And speaking of articles, Tim, we've decided internally we would actually like to work with the community a little bit on some of the article work we do and hire out for anyone that's into writing and into giving the community news and you have a good written word. We'd love to get in touch with you. If you can email, we'll just say community@jascogames.com right now and just say, I'm interested in potentially writing an article. We're going to go over all kinds of different things. It's going to be very new player friendly, but we also want some veteran information in there as well. So depending on what your expertise is, please, if you're going to do that for us, tell us what types of articles you'd like to write about in terms of My Hero Academia. What player level you're interested in reaching, and then about what type of length of an article you're interested in doing. And we are really eager and willing to work with the community on these articles because, quite frankly, we should be focusing on more of the development and release and design and manufacturing and distribution. There's a lot on our plate. We will be doing some of our own articles, Tim and I and other people as the Jasco team here. But I'd say the community is going to have a great input on this too, and it's great to see what types of decks you guys suggest playing, what kinds of characters you suggest playing, what you feel is for new players.
That said, everyone, don't immediately expect a billion emails going out to everyone saying, hey, we want this article and this article and this article and this article. Editing does take a lot of work. Just running and coordinating all of those things is almost a full-time job. So we will be working with you guys.
It's going to have a standard interview process. And
I want y'all to be prepared. It's not going to be like I don't know if we have a forum on there or not, but it's not going to be a totally open forum where we just contact someone and we'll highlight an article every day. There's going to be some things here and there, but we are going to be working, and we will accept you reaching out to us, and we'll take a look over your work and get back to everything as we go.
Yeah. So we mentioned there's this big website launch coming pretty soon. We've mentioned there's some, I think we've said there are big commercials coming out. I don't know if I've said that yet, but there's some pretty cool video work coming out and learn to play videos. But for My Hero Academia, it is a process. It's going to go through these certain steps. I know a lot of people want an exact release date. That'll be coming out as soon as it can. I do know that we have ship dates all set up, so it's all going to depend on ocean shipping. And I also can say with some good news, we do have multiple manufacturers working on everything at once, and there's a lot of quality control that goes into that to make sure everything matches chemically and material-wise 100% across the board. But with that, we can say that the game is currently being produced in Japan, but it's also very likely as of Monday we'll have 100%, but right now it's a 90% chance that we'll also have surplus printing in the US, and we have another backup printer in Singapore. So a lot of cool stuff there. The demand keeps going up and up and up. Our print runs have to keep being new print run, new print run, new print run. So with that comes a lot of printing, a lot of printers. But that's kind of the gist of My Hero Academia right now. In the coming weeks, you can expect to see the launch of the new website. You can expect to see the launch of the next phase of the marketing campaign, which is going to include how to plays, some how to play videos, and then some general announcements that are super awesome and official and going to be all over the place on TV and internet and stuff like that. So that's all really exciting stuff. It's just a bit of a slow burn because we can't do it all until we have the proper approvals in place.
So
we have some questions on non-My Hero stuff. So Tim, if you want to wrap up My Hero and Universes,
yeah,
I'll address some other.
I'll say one other thing that you kind of already touched on, and this is just about the release date. No, again, everyone is very passionate about the game. Everyone is so excited for things to get started. I know a couple of different people out there playing big pre-release things, and guys, we want to give a solid 100% super firm date as much as you guys want to hear it. Again, like Jason said, shipping comes down to being what's going on, and all over the world, like multiple big name Kickstarters are having issues with shipping, and we've got a pretty.
I would say every single card game out there has
every card game, most board game companies, heck, most companies that ship are having issues with shipping, and I just want you guys to know that's
the asterisk.
That's the asterisk, because we don't want to say, hey, it is this one day 100%, and then have our shippers tell us, hey, this is going on, and then we have to say it is now this day 100%, and have that go on and go on and go on.
So because of that, we won't give a 100% date until it is 100%. I will say that I have personally taken a lot of precautions in backup plan to backup plan to backup plan. A part of that includes these other printers, to do our best to guarantee everything being released as soon as it possibly can. And I don't currently have any problem with our supply chain there.
Yep.
And part of that was securing U.S. manufacturing again. Part of the problem with U.S. manufacturing, we've printed just about every set for the last several years in the U.S., and the printers that we've used have been at completely full capacity for 24-month periods at a time.
Yep.
Which means the typical printers we work with weren't able to pick up the games since before right around the pandemic start.
I'm sure a lot of you know who Rudy from Alpha Investments is. I watch him because I think he's hilarious. People are real mixed on him, but I mean, he's even been doing videos for over a year now, where he's been telling people about how congested the printing situation is, and that's the printing situation, not even the shipping situation. So, we're just reinforcing that. Please be patient with everyone, even your other Kickstarters. I know I have a Kickstarter that I backed. They promised it to be in December. I don't know when I'm getting it, but it's okay because we're still here and we'll be here when these things are ready. So.
Yeah, I will say that I like for my hero, I expect everything to be on time. I don't expect
Agreed.
a delay.
Totally agreed.
But we do want that. We want that asterisk there for now, and then as soon as we have confirmation, the big thing for me is I want a shipping confirmation with a guarantee and my insurance from the boat for anything coming from Japan, and I can say that. Now, we could have some really good news here in the coming weeks from our U.S. manufacturer. We have a final date that should be coming in internally on Monday, so that could just not be an issue because we do have U.S. available. And so it could be really easy to announce the release date sooner rather than later. That's more completely accurate, I guess we'll say.
All right. Let's move on to other things now.
The fun times of pandemic manufacturing, I got to tell you.
Oh, man.
It's the continual message of, we're doing our best. Like, everybody, bear with us. Bear with every company right now. And get your Christmas presents early. If you shop for Christmas presents, November is probably the latest you're going to want to get that stuff because there's so many shortages on stuff. I would just say get your stuff early so you don't have to worry about it.
Man, haven't PS5s been out for almost a year now, and you still can't get them?
Yeah, it's just and then they have like 2 games or something. It's like, so even if you get it, there's like nothing to play unless you download a couple of off PS5 brand games.
Jason.
Yeah. Anyway,
Jason, we have a request for you right now. One of our community members, good friend of mine, Chris Bromley, is asking if you would like to commentate a round in his charity event that he's going to be hosting.
When is it? That's going to be the deciding factor.
I don't know. Chris, it sounds like he's interested. We'll get in touch with you. How about that?
That sounds good to me. I don't mind commentating. That'd be fun. I haven't commentated in so long. I'm going to be such a noob.
You're just going to talk about all the old cards and how things were in the day.
I'll be the old man at the table. Back in my day, we could just commit for cancellation.
So let's talk about some other things. Street Fighter. We have started shipping out pre-orders from the website. I know we've shipped we've shipped in Canada. We've shipped all of the ones for Australia. I believe we've sent the orders to the UK, so those should have shipped out. And we are shipping in the US. We've shipped at least 200 orders. I think we're close to 400. So that's
in the U.S.
In the U.S. Now that may slow down a bit because our fulfillment center that still had stock is running low on some items, and the rest of our stock from our factory has still not arrived at the warehouse right now. Again,
boats.
Shipping has been so much fun. Yay! But we're going to push out as many orders as possible that we have stock on hand for. And following that, then we will send out an email to all of the people who have pre-ordered product that we do not have the stock on hand for. We'll let you guys know that we're just waiting on the rest of the stuff. And then we'll email you again when that comes in and we begin to process again. But hey, that's the update on Street Fighter.
I'm so distracted by my disappearing head.
Yeah, Skype in the background.
I'll put a backdrop behind my head. Maybe this will work. How's that?
I mean, I can see your fro a little bit more now.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason's gone. By the way, guys, hockey. Yeah.
That's my game 1 playoff.
It's currently tied 1-1. Knights versus the Canadians, right?
We're going back up to Montreal, and we've got to try to take and maintain a lead so we can go to the Stanley Cup Finals. So go Knights, go! That's random in the middle of this.
What?
We had some questions about Mortal Kombat. We had some questions about Mega Man, I believe. I touched this on the beginning. We are currently waiting on pricing and factory information to get all the logistics from the manufacturing side done so we can determine the actual launch dates for both of those Kickstarters. right now. So we've actually flip-flopped Mega Man and Mortal Kombat's launch dates about 10 times internally because of world situations and manufacturing. Uh, the current leader, the current project that's probably going to go first now, it was Mortal Kombat for a really long time. I think Mega Man is going to come up briefly before. Right now, it looks like it's going to go to Kickstarter before Mortal Kombat. That's a game that has a standalone Mega Man game that has all of the Robot Masters potentially available in it, and then we have 4 characters that will have Universal Tactics decks that are playable in the Universal Tactics system alongside it. So you can play against Street Fighter with Mega Man, and those are only for miniatures, so it should come out really quick compared to Mortal Kombat. That's another reason why I like that one coming out first, because you can get those models and have something else to play against your Street Fighter stuff before MK comes with its like bajillion models. Who knows how many stretch goals we unlock. And then Mortal Kombat will come out. But you got to remember, right now we've been fighting for you guys on the price points of this stuff. With the pandemic pricing, a lot of stuff is coming in really high. I would prefer that we don't have the game that expensive for everybody for Mortal Kombat. It's specifically really affecting Mortal Kombat because of all the plastics.
Yeah.
There's so much more plastic and painted stuff in the miniatures games with all those minis and the custom dice and all that stuff. So
I will say,
because of that,
touching on that, Jason, I will say, I know we've been kind of talking about it throughout the entirety of the shutdown, through the whole pandemic and everything. There are a lot of companies that either have or still are on their way to shutting down because of the increasing all business costs in this industry. This industry already doesn't have huge margins. For those of you that are not in the know on business terms, a margin is it costs us this much money, and then we sell it for this much, and the difference between the two is the margin. That's what our profit is. And you have to factor in salaries, overhead, your rent, your storage, your shipping. All of that has to go into it.
Your licensing fees.
Yep. Especially for a company like us that's heavy into licensing, we have to factor that in. And so margins are not super big in this industry, and because of that, a lot of companies that saw all of a sudden price increases in their manufacturing from the different companies, or huge increases in shipping. I know there are probably at least 20 games that were on Kickstarter that are not shipping because the people literally cannot afford to have it shipped, or they would have to like sell their houses to get it done, and they'll never see that money back. So
yeah, it's not just the manufacturing. Yeah. The freight, the ocean freight to ship right now has gone up 400% since 2019. So to give you an idea, a 40-foot container to the U.S. typically costs us about $2,500, $3,000 on the high end. Yeah. They're coming in at over $15,000 per container these days.
And we're not trying to be doomsayers or doom and gloom.
This is a current problem. This is a temporary problem, and I think internationally it's going to be a problem through 2023 that slowly gets resolved, because we did shut off the entire world supply chain in an instant. Yep. And when you do that, it's really hard to put it all back on track. So we are going to have these slow rolls, and even the shortages that you hear about. I actually think most of these are artificial shortages. It's mostly a surplus in demand that's causing issues because everything's backed up. So remember, yep. If I want something this month, and I want something this month, and I want something this month, normally I can buy those each month. Right now, I still want those 3 months worth of stuff, but they don't come out till way over here. So now that order is bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger for the same shipment. So it's causing those types of freight delays, but it's also causing a kind of artificial shortage in supply for just about everything.
Well, and on top,
but I expect that to clear up around the end of 2022.
And on top of that, the fact that we think our gaming is essential to our well-being and our mental health and all that. Like, this is a hobby for a lot of people. It's a way to release all that stress from your job and all that. Gaming really is a luxury item, right? It's not. There's not as many things like tax breaks like other industries can get, like agriculture, whatnot.
You definitely don't get tax breaks.
Yeah. So like, um, that's why there's also in different places there are certain priorities, and so but
one of the
things will come back.
blessings in disguise, Tim, of the I mean, it's not a blessing of the pandemic, but the aftermath of all of this uh, economic crisis that it caused is that it is, I don't want to say weeding out, but it's really separating the cream from the crop, or the cream of the crop, right? Like cream rises to the top, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yep.
And so right now you're going to see the strongest companies, and even the companies that were able to become strong through the pandemic rise to the top and really put out even better products and even better business models. And Jasco, I can say, we're probably one of those companies that survived a pandemic. I mean, a lot of companies should be getting through the pandemic, but it is very hard for small business. And a lot of publishers out there are small businesses. They're either independently run by one owner or just a small team. And I think we're just really fortunate that Jasco wasn't in that spot at the time of the pandemic, because if this had happened in, let's say, 2014 or 15, I don't know if Jasco could have even survived that, because our bankroll wasn't the same, our staffing wasn't the same, licensing wasn't the same, the business model wasn't the same, and I feel really bad for a lot of companies in the game industry that aren't going to get over that hill, or are going to have to sell equity in their companies or take out loans, and there's a lot of different things that can really hurt business there. But I do think Jasco is in a great position, and we're super grateful for that, and it's really the reason is all of our fans supporting us through this pandemic, especially when we were doing, the pandemic kind of fire sales to move things going while manufacturing was on a pause, and our fan base has been fantastic. I can't say enough for our community supporting Jasco through the pandemic, and hopefully you'll see with the products and the manner that we conduct business with My Hero moving forward, really. My Hero Academia's, and then the upcoming board games, we are hoping to give back quite a bit with all of these products.
All right, we did have a question, Jason. I don't know if you even knew that this was occurring. We have some fans in the community that are hosting a retro format event tomorrow.
All right.
They are the Minnesota Retro Open. It will be played online.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I this is too hard for me to count with my eyes, but they're asking who we think is going to win, and I'm gonna say I want to hope that I see. This looks like Kevin Broberg seems to be playing Iori 2, and I like that degenerate character, so I'm gonna root for that.
They're allowing banned characters, huh?
Yeah, well, we unbanned Iori in retro format.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Iori 2 is a beast. What a beast.
Here,
who is still banned? That'd be the question.
Well, Maxima is still banned. There's the list of what's being played.
Athena banned?
Athena is not banned, and she is not being played.
Oh, wow, that's surprising.
If you look at my screen, I'm showing you what people are playing.
Okay, I see it now. Okay, so we got Dimitri, Zolt, Leona. Leona's pretty good too.
Leona's very cool, and that deck is awesome. I hope Mike Mace has been iterating on it.
That D Janet could do really good too. Iori 2, just from, I guess, PTSD is calling out to me. I don't know how you're going to beat Iori 2. If someone takes it, it would probably be Miska if they go the flash route. I've seen a really cool Miska deck back in the day, but I think you're right, Tim. Iori's going to be a tough one to beat.
I am rooting for Iori, but also I have much love for a couple others on there. I have much love for everyone playing in that event tomorrow. Congrats, and that's awesome. And good luck to everyone. You're all winners, in my book.
Oh, it's the T-ball mentality. I love it when people come out and run their own events in the community and do special stuff and fun things. And since this is in Minnesota, our partners over at Asmodee obviously are based out of Minnesota. I expect, and Tim will probably be with me, to be doing some quality control up in Minnesota for several weeks. I can't say exactly how many, minimum a couple weeks. Depends, maybe over a month. So I'm probably going to be looking for some sort of condo or something that I can stay for a long term without breaking the bank. I don't think a hotel for over a month is an ideal thing. So I'll probably be hanging out up there. I definitely want to visit all the Minnesota game stores, the local shops. I want to see the old FFG game room that's being refurbished again. I want I hear gaming is really cool up there. I haven't been to Minnesota since I was
It's in the north, so it's very cool.
yeah. I'm from North Dakota originally, so we did go to Minnesota for fun, on vacation every now and then. But we also went to Winnipeg a lot. Back when it was just you just drive across the border. It was really easy back then. But I remember Mall of America. That was really fun back in the '80s.
I see we have a question here from YouTube that's asking, will Universe's standard be an eternal format, or could it be in the future? I think we plan to continue rotating sets from in and out of standard. That's what retro is for. Retro is the Jasco Eternal format. So
yep. I don't see standard going anywhere. I don't even like the idea of changing the size of standard. I like the 10 set. I know that's an internal discussion. Tim would like it to be, I believe, smaller.
Even as a player, I wanted it smaller. But, we make decisions together and we try to keep the health of the game in mind. So
I would say the smallest that standard could probably ever get is 8 sets. I don't really like the idea of my collection for the most popular format to be less than 2 years, assuming there's not weird production issues and pandemics. If you have quarterly releases and your card is legal for 2 years, that feels good. 2.5 years feels better. And then I can finally kind of feel like I can let a card go. Personally, this is coming from. I've played a lot of card games. Tim's played a lot of card games. Everybody in this chat's probably played a lot of card games. And a standard environment is not just about the pool, but it's also about the length of a card's viability in that format. And as my hero goes, and then as new formats develop, that could change. I think the big thing is the popular format's going to drive this, or the most popular format, because there's always going to be like a most popular format.
Yep.
And if that ends up being a broader or smaller format, then that could kind of dictate what standard turns into.
Yep.
I hope that. I talked a lot there, but hopefully people followed what I was going for.
Yeah. So I don't know. Good luck to all of you playing in the retro format. It's pretty fun format. There's still tons of things you can do. Even if you just want to play casual retro, I think is super fun. I love Kyo still. The Kyo 1 dot. He was very fun. I love Goro Daimon.
That guy is so miserable to play against in that format.
He's not. He's not even that bad of a character. Ugh. Not even that bad.
I just so going up against the big defense wall is just not that fun. I like it okay, again, Tim, I'm old school, so
I know
if it was a cancellation wall, I'm for some reason fine with that. Like personally, I'd be like, oh, if it's a cancellation war and I'm gonna just one shot you, like I was okay with that format for some reason. I don't know. I must have been like a masochist or something. But now that like the older I get and the more I play, the more I like a very fair back and forth like fight and block kind of format. The control player has slowly been leaking away from me, but it does show up in my gameplay still. I can't not play defensive control, but going against like damage reduction decks and like big life decks and stuff like that are really just hard to get through.
Sure. I mean,
it's still fun universes, but it is. In timed universes, it feels like you got one game instead of 2 out of 3. You guys have to win the one game.
That's fair. I was not super excited. I had a blast playing my first ever top 16. I played against Keenan Meadows and his Dimitri deck that would not die. It was a ton of life, and we played that match for 3 hours. We even got kicked out of the room and had to go to the bar. at the hotel.
I hated it when that stuff happened at events, by the way.
Yep.
We had, like, when Piglet had to play in the hallway at Gen Con to win his action card, Oh, I hate when that happens when they kick
Oh
you out of
man.
the events.
Oh man. But yeah, go. But -1 damage on every attack if I don't block is terrible these days. Attacks do so much more damage, Jason. So
That is true. It is not big of a hurdle to jump.
Goro is not very great these days, and I love that character, but eh.
But I mean, you got to keep in mind. I do like when I look in the retro format. I see it through a very PTSD mindset.
Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha.
Of the current card environment. It is hard for me still to put the modern cards together. Like I see things in blocks almost.
Yep. All right, chat.
Because I don't get to play a lot of retro.
Chat. Tell us who your favorite retro character is. It can be a newer character, but your favorite character to play in retro format. If you have played that format, tell us who they are, or who you would be most excited to play if you have not played it.
Tell me why Athena hasn't shown up in the last several retro events.
I think someone.
She not amazing now? I feel like she's still amazing.
I think someone played her once, and I don't think she did well.
It's crazy.
Nick Reagan from the Bay Area says Stone Man.
Yeah, Stone Man seems to be a good wall deck. For sure.
Yeah, Stone Man. I thought you don't like walls, Jason, and yet you designed Stone Man.
I said it's a. Hey, okay, I got a design for everybody. All right? If I design
That's true.
for just me,
That's true.
If I designed from my personal preference, I say this all the time, Tim. The game would be awful. It'd be like nothing but mill and control.
Well,
that's like 1% of players want to play that.
We have someone says Taisei, someone says Ken2 with Superior Technique. Hey, Superior Technique is now banned in Retro. You cannot play that card.
What a card.
Man, that card is really good.
It wasn't played that it came out. That's the crazy thing.
I know. I think it actually took Assets Athena to make that card really played a lot.
Card's good.
At least since I've been playing.
I thought that card was good when I designed it, and then I was like, why doesn't anyone play this thing?
I don't know, because they're silly. That card is insane. King is a lot of fun. Yeah, King of Fighters King. The tuxedo-wearing Team Women Fighters member. She's pretty cool.
What is Vespera one like these days? Because I know that we've, like, eroded a lot of her stuff.
I don't think she's done anything.
Yeah, because she was so oppressive when all of her stuff.
Kalantra is banned, so.
Yeah, well, so is what's the foundation with the butt showing?
Penance? I did it. Yeah. Yep.
That probably should stay banned though. That card's stupid.
That card is silly. Yes, that's true.
That card with her was way too good. In retrospect, sometimes that happens. Everybody, I apologize. Sometimes I make stuff too good.
I mean, it's gonna happen in design at some point.
Especially back then, we didn't have nearly as much playtest for sure at that point. But all right, so Tim, what else do we want to talk about before we let everybody have an awesome weekend and play games? Any other big news?
Big news. I don't think we have a lot of big news. Like we said, things have been going pretty steady here. We're in development on. Another set of cards. We are, doing our best to get things pushed out, especially content. Like we said, we're working on these videos for you. For all the new players that have never played the game before. We're trying to get out some. Hey, here's what the cards are, what the different things on the cards are. Also, a how to play series. We're working on the website is gearing up to launch. A lot of things going on. A lot of it is just dull work that we can't really talk about because there's nothing content-wise to talk about.
I can give some people like something that goes way out in the future. We can talk there's something I can talk about that's pretty cool but won't happen for like a year or two. And that is we plan on developing a new Joffice studio in a new location. But that's at least a year out. That is super awesome, though. We've already, Alex has already been sending me stage setups and everything to make it more like the NHL news. If you guys watch that stuff, where they have the really cool, acrylic displays and stages, and then they have, the awesome backdrops with TVs and awesome special effects. That would be really awesome for the Joffice, and then we can make it more newsy too, and bring in guests. I think that'd be really cool. But we're a year or two out from that because it's going to be a new building and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yep. Yep. I'm trying to think. Oh, so let me do a couple shout outs. First off, we had a request. I'm happy to fulfill your request there, Scott Sedman. The My Hero Academia collectible card game community discussion group, I guess, is a group on Facebook where people can talk about the game, talk about their favorite characters. I guess they have some speculation on cards. They definitely do some videos. I know I saw they showed off the demo decks and they did a live play on Twitch the other day. And this group is that discussion group is hosted by a group in London, I believe. So that's very cool, guys. Good job with your content. We do have.
Oh, Tim, since we have new demo decks coming out, anyone that puts an order in through our website right now is going to get the old demo decks that you can collect while they're available.
Yep.
And we're going to put those in every order. So if you order through the website, it doesn't really matter what it is. I don't know if we have a minimum order for those or not, Tim. Is there?
$10.
$10 minimum order, and you get both demo decks?
Yeah, you can't buy something for $5. You got to buy $10. I'm greedy.
There you go. $10. Well, yeah, shipping is it costs something, so that makes sense. $10 makes sense. So if you can get $10 of stuff from the website right now, and then leading into the new demo decks, you'll be able to get these before they're all gone. We made these as special products for Gen Con 2019. Oh boy. And those are going to be gone pretty soon. And the new demo decks do not look like that anymore.
So yeah, let me. Well, that's not that. I know I have stuff on my desk everywhere.
Cards.
Is this the old stuff? No, that's the new stuff. Yeah, my desk is kind of a mess. I have stuff everywhere. But yeah, let me. This card hasn't changed, I don't think. Well, this card just looks nicer.
The character card.
Yeah.
It has a slightly different background. It has a different frame.
Yep.
It has obviously different legal.
Different Bakugo on it.
Different Bakugo. That one's kind of weird, but cool. You get the more aggressive Hero Suit Bakugo.
Let's see. What's another card that has... So this one is the same.
So yeah, as you can see, way different looking card. Instead of the flames on the corners and kind of the more full art, you have the traditional CCG look to it. It's gonna be.
And there we go. How about that?
There you go. So these match the standard cards from the set, not the extra rares, which will often be full art or different effects.
If possible, yeah.
That's why I said will often be.
But Bakugo had the most changes because naming and art that had to be replaced. So
yeah, we got an emergency approval or a short-term approval for the Gen Con cards to do those demo decks, and after the longer approvals process for the main set, they had us change a couple of names and some of the artwork.
But I forget what I was going to say. Okay, so continuing shout-outs real quick. I will shout out some of our favorite retail partners. We have a bunch of stores that we love. I know we just had a restock for restock orders that we received, so we're sending out product for. Let's see, it was I know Cardboardia in Southern California, Exiled Games up in I think it's Herkimer, New York. Just put in an order. I actually have to call them today too. Some of our other Top Deck Towers is a fair store that we love. They're great guys out there up in I think Top Deck Towers is Tucson. Legendary Wolf Games, great friends of the company. Rochester CCG and Sean O'Brien actually I think just got a bigger location. He's no longer running out of his broom closet. Also, I forgot to shout out last episode, but Cards of Evilis, James Lockwood, and that You guys are great. They've just gotten into singles as well. And then there was up in Canada, if you need cards and you're in Canada, Red Riot Games, or I guess you can order it from here too. And if you're in Canada, you can order from these U.S. places as well. James, I promise you.
Speaking of Canada, moving forward, because Lion Rampant.
I made a note. So every week. I got you, dude.
Yeah, Tim, speaking of Canada, since Lion Rampant is part of Asmodee, Canada will slowly be getting more and more and more support for universes as a whole. So stay tuned to that as a retailer to get your stock over directly from Canada in the future.
Yeah, so things are doing well. I know we have had some big orders with a distributor in Europe, so in the countries where our games can be sold. They should be distributing some of our board games and some of the card games as well. So that's really great news too. I believe if you're a store in Europe and you want some Jasco Games product, contact ADC Blackfire, very big distributor there. They just picked up a bunch of our stuff, so that's super awesome too.
Yeah. And then same goes for them with the Asmodee. If they are affiliated with Asmodee, that would include Bergsala, Enigma, Isdivium, Asmodee Direct, ADC Blackfire is one of them. There's several. There's about 13, I think, big distributors in Europe. They will all slowly be onboarding Jasco products, and especially My Hero Academia and the CCG. So it is a process because they're all technically separate companies under a mothership company, whatever you want to call it. And that's all going to be over time, build up, and we are still looking into putting the CCG into other languages for a lot of these territories.
Yep. James Lockwood, all of our emails here are at jascogames.com. So yeah, shout it out. I think that's I'm surprised that we got through. We didn't have a ton of things to talk about, but thanks for hanging out with us this Friday, guys. We chatted a little bit, gave a little bit of updates, got to show off my snazzy little booklet here. I hope that you guys are gonna love this. We've got things in development. We are getting ready for a lot of things to gear up. Oh, I did see a question previously. People have been asking us since more and more companies are going back to conventions. They said they didn't see us on the list for Gen Con. I'm pretty sure we've announced we're not going to Gen Con as a booth this year. But
we won't be there as an official capacity for a booth to go purchase things and hang out. But we will be doing some meetings, and we'll probably do Gen Con online. I just got an email from them today to start setting that up. So we'll be looking into what we want to do for the online version of Gen Con. It may not be like a digital booth like it was last time. I don't think they're doing that this year. So it could just be a similar Joffice where we do a really long Joffice with guests and specials and previews, and you might get a lot more information there than you normally do. Kind of like you did last time.
Yeah, so things are gearing up for the rest of the year to be getting real fun and good, and lots of better times than the first 6 months of the year have been for a lot of people. So
I'm excited.
Yeah. So hey guys, again, thanks for joining us. We love you. Go relax, play some games, hang out with your family, and enjoy your weekend.